to our meeting. Gary is retired, and I wish him the best of luck on behalf of all aboard. He'll certainly be missed, but we welcome Mike, and Mike, it's yours. Go ahead.
I give my update for the month of December.
No, right on the mic.
All right, again, my monthly report. First project is the GR re-roofing project. That work is complete, including the flashing of the 4 columns along Sherman Street, where there was some difficulty getting the flashing done. That work was done, all the closeouts and those were received. The next project is the GR pilot program, which was the masonry repairs. The work scheduled by MPS along Sherman Street is expected to take approximately a month, and that work was completed over the Christmas break. They completed the work, it was inspected, the scaffolding was removed, the fence was taken down. The city code enforcement office concurred last week that we could open up those doors to emergency egress only, and the fire department coming back to that and concurred with that, and there are no issues for using those doors for emergency egress only, as long as we don't have any vehicular parking in the west road.
I have a question. I have all the fencing is down,
Yes.
but they let that all the can down. Are they going to be picked up or not?
The fence was not part of the contractor. The fence was actually installed by the district's maintenance people. And the day they took the fence down with, the weather that we had last week, the sandbags were frozen to the sidewalk, and John Chimento assured me with the warming weather this week, they would come back and remove the
Oh,
sandbags.
thank you.
Yep. So one other thing I missed is part of that work involved putting some wooden headers on the stone lintels in the west courtyard. That work was done directly by district maintenance personnel, and that was also completed and inspected by the engineer.
And before Mike moves on to that, just noteworthy that that project finished on time and on budget, correct?
Correct. You should realize the savings approximately $300,000.
Okay, so remember, press, on time and under budget, okay? Just so we remember something positive. Thank you.
The new high school project, the status of that is the architect has prepared some conceptual floor plans for review by the district, and the geotechnical board will be scheduled upon receipt of a layout plan that orients the building on the site. Kissler Elementary School addition, I'm under the understanding that that project is on hold, therefore there's no update on that. The Kissler pool roof replacement project, we did put that out for bid, and during our constructability review, we found some concerns with the proposed attachment of the new roof system. So we did some core samples and pool tests, and the pool test did determine that the type of fasteners that were specified would not have worked for this application. So that information came back just before Christmas, and the architect was off on vacation for Christmas week. I spoke to him today. I'm expecting to receive an addendum sometime middle of this week. Upon receipt of that, it'll take me a few hours to go through it, make sure everything was addressed correctly. We'll issue that addendum, and we'll reschedule the bid opening date for approximately a week after I have the information. Coughlin debris removal project, that was also complete just before Christmas, and all the closeout documents are in, and the certified payroll reports. And the last project I have is the Myers occupancy load study. Based upon a load study prompted by the city of Wilkes, the district installed no exit and maximum occupancy signs on the areas where the current exits were closed. And in addition to that, the city has requested that we reverse the swing on 3 egress doors. We did get 2 prices. One is under the threshold, and I haven't really competitively bid, so I'm trying to get a 3rd price to see what that was. That's all I have. Does anybody have any questions?
Board members, anything for Mike? Thank you, Mike. Mike. Dr. Costello? Thank you. Thank you, Board President Caffrey. Welcome back, everybody. I know that we started the stretch. So I just want to take the time, just a brief moment to just go over some key points when we are going to be experiencing inclement weather. Unfortunately, it does happen quite a bit living in northeastern Pennsylvania. But just so you're aware that, this past week we did experience very cold temperatures. In the event for cold temperatures that the National Weather Service issues a wind chill advisory, the probability is very high that we will be going on a 2-hour delay. I will try to make that 2-hour delay for everyone so that they have enough time to readjust their schedules the day before. In the event of a wind chill warning, that means we'll probably be up. And again, we'll try to give those that timing the day before, so that way everybody would at least have the opportunity to readjust their schedules. This past week, we did have a wind chill warning, and that's why we were off on Friday, and events were also canceled on Saturday because the National Weather Service had issued a wind chill warning for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Also, I think it's important to know this, especially if you know of any community members, any families out there. All employees were instructed over the last week and right before break that if you happen to notice a child or a student who comes to school, comes into your homeroom, and you don't feel has the necessary proper coat, maybe they need a hat, or they might also need gloves, to please give Dr. Corey a phone call, send her an email, and that way the district could see what services we have for that student and or family to see how we can assist them. So this week has been a good week for us in getting that information out and having recommendations come to us. We do it very discreetly, but if there's a chance that we can help the student get the proper attire for the winter months, we most certainly will do so.
Dr. Costello,
Yes.
doesn't the nursing office have proper clothing?
We do have that available at any time, but we also have brand new codes that were actually given to us from different organizations. So because we have that from United Way, from the fire company, some of our from Wilkes-Barre Police, they've all raised money to help us with this. So we have some codes that are available that are brand new. Okay. Also at this time, I'd just like to share with the board, I don't know if they had the opportunity to see this yet, but the Wilkes-Barre Housing Authority, they sent us a letter due to the unfortunate event that had taken place in December, and I'm just going to read it as is. It says, Dr. Costello, we would like to take this opportunity to extend our appreciation for the district's assistance in allowing our residents to use the facilities at GAR High School following the recent fire at Lincoln Plaza. The Wilkes-Barre Housing Authority wants to commend those who provided assistance and for the professionalism displayed during this emergency. Once again, please extend our appreciation to the employees of the Wilkes-Barre School District for the professional service to the employee. I am proud to say that emergency response in Wilkes-Barre is second to none. And I can't thank this group enough because not only did we immediately open our doors up, I know Colleen Labaki, who was here tonight, the building principal, board members, we all made any type of adjustments that we had to do with our schedule to make sure those people that were dealing with that unfortunate situation have a warm place to stay, and that we gave them the ability to stay warm for a couple days. I believe it was for 3 days to provide shelter. So again, I just want to thank everybody for doing that. Also, let me just go through this. Phase 1 and 2. A couple months ago, if you recall, Phase 1 and 2, the environmental study was issued to the board. And right now, the Phase 1 and 2, the environmental study on the Pagnati site has been completed. The information provided from Morton Lawson and Tetra Tech. Tetra Tech was the third-party consulting group that we also utilized to review the information that we had received, has concluded that the site is suitable for school construction. During unfinished business tonight, I would ask that the board consider a motion in selecting the 80 plus or minus acre Pagnati site as the best location for meeting the needs for the construction of the new high school. The reports will be placed on our website. I would say by tomorrow, all those sites will be available, all those reports will be available for the public. Next on the agenda, we will have a presentation from the Transition Committee. The transition committee was formed to gather information and provide assistance with the upcoming school consolidation regarding athletic and extracurricular activities. This committee is made up of athletic directors, building administrators, and district directors, which many of them have served this district as coaches as in the past. It should be noted that the information you're about to receive tonight has been compiled by all members of the transition team. And on behalf of the committee, we have 2 members, I believe, that will begin the presentation of tonight's information. So at this time, I'd like to introduce, I believe it's going to be Mike Dean and Corey Yancey.
Board members are seated right here.
Good evening, everybody. On behalf of the Transition Committee, I'd like to thank Board President Mr. Caffrey, Superintendent Dr. Costello, and Board of Education for their leadership throughout this process. These are issues that we were looking forward to debating and getting into further information to get clarity as far as the future of where we are at within our athletic programs. This report is clearly going to define where we've been as an athletic program at whole at all 3 schools, and it is also a report that will define where we currently are right now and potentially where we can move forward or where we can lag behind as we go into the future. It should be noted, reports such as these are functional tools, and as a functional tool, they are designed to gain the very best for our student athletes. And that being said, it is an evaluation period that we periodically go through. This evaluation period coincides obviously with many things that are ongoing in the district, and this report stands generally alone from a few of those things that are ongoing and that have been debated over the past few months, not only the past few years. Very quickly, I think it's extremely important for us to understand interscholastic athletics. One of the things that we fail to remember about interscholastic athletics is it is an extension of the classroom. Educational processes do not end at 2:30, whether they be in math class or biology class, but we extend those characteristics and those traits to the fields, the courts, and to the mats to which we all coach on. This extension obviously does occur in other extracurricular activities, excluding athletics, whether they be the chess club, the biology club, or we get into band and cheer and a few of the other groups that do exist there. The mission statement for the PIAA coincides, or we coincide with the PIAA as Wilkes-Barre area, and to promote those competitive ideals that we so desperately seek in our classroom, to achieve the highest potential rating as a score, to achieve the highest rating in a work ethic, the responsibility and the dedication that rolls with being a student, let alone just a student athlete. So when we speak about the extension of the classroom, that has to be the forefront to where we need to think as we move forward. A few of these slides that we have here for you today. Failure on any part in this process is no different than the failures that we do not want to see in the classroom. And athletics is that classroom that we need to keep in perspective. Coach, our first slide. So what we've generated are a few slides to highlight a larger report. And these few slides outline where we are currently and, as I had stated, where we've been in the past. The first slide that you see are currently the sports not offered at any one of the schools, and the schools are broken down accordingly. Right now we have 14 varsity athletic sports that are not offered at all. In some cases, those sports were offered several years ago. What those years could be as far back as maybe 10 years, 15 years at most, and they have gone extinct, never to come back again. That slide shows us where our baseline is and where we can be headed when we start dovetailing into the next slide. Now, on this slide itself, if we take an average of 15 student athletes per sport, we roughly are disenfranchising about 210 students who may look to participate in any one of those sports. And another word that we're going to throw out there is opportunity. Opportunity can be looked at in a variety of different ways. However, the opportunity does not exist at all three schools for the most part for any one of those sports, and opportunity begins to dwindle as we get into a few of the other sports. So when we go back to the concept of an extension of a classroom, this in some respects is taking away specific subjects when we have at-large students who want to join those, or who not have experienced them, or who have thought about them, but unfortunately cannot be involved because we are currently not in a state to provide those sports. Coach, next slide.